Hello, I'm back again with another trader video for reselling stuff. So, since my last video 3 weeks ago, I've made an extensive wish list in the game of things that I sell. And as you can see with my 121 market rep, I've sold a lot of stuff and it's made me pretty rich. So anyway, I'll get right into it. I'm just going to go through everything, tell you what I use it for. I don't think I'm gonna do just to make it to expedite the process. I'm not gonna go to each dealer, but I'll just say what the trades are for. Air filter, you can trade these to Peacekeeper for a 60 round PMag. You need to complete the quest with Peacekeeper before the barter trade is unlocked. You can sell these for. You can usually sell the PMags for 35 to 40,000. Antique teapots. I use these to trade for the Jacques armor from Ragman. It's a barter trade for Ragman level 4. Requires 3 teapots and 2 vases. Or, yeah, 2 vases. And then I also use vases and chainlets to trade for the Tech from Ragman level 4. He also has a barter trade for 1 vase and 6 chainlets. Aramid fiber cloth. I use this to trade for the Ars Arma tier 5 armored rig from Ragman. Broken G phones. I use these to trade for the Cry airframe chops from Peacekeeper level 4, I believe. It's a barter trade with Peacekeeper. Bulltech compensator for mechanic. You can buy 4 of these and resell them for 5 grand profit each. So it's about 20,000. Sometimes you can you can sell these for 21,000. It's not a lot, but it adds up over time. This is just food I buy. Measuring tape I use there's a barter trade with Ragman level 4 for the Alton helmet. I actually use the Alton mostly. I don't really sell them, but it's construction tape, pliers, and then round pliers. The barter trade is usually worth it. Saves about 30 grand, 20 to 30,000. Probably 30 to 40,000 actually. So you can stock up on construction tapes when they're cheap, and then buy the pliers as you see fit. You can still sell the helmets for profit, but I usually use them. Where was I? I don't resell these. I just have them added because I use them. If you want to make a little bit of USD, you can sell the Gemtech thread adapter. It's not a lot, but 5 of these you make about 30 USD ish. So I mean it's I use it. I basically think of it as like reselling these pays for my 7.62 ammo. Same thing with the thread adapter. You can buy 4 of these, sell them for $20 to $30 profit. MP5 is this the MPX drum mags? You can sell for about 6 to 5k profit. You only can get 2 of them though, so it's not too good. This trade makes a lot of profit. So what you do is you buy the 5.7 for 250 USD, and then sell the gun for 300. But take the magazine out, and you can actually sell the magazine separately for around 40 USD. So basically, each gun is getting you about $90 to $100 in profit, which is a lot considering that's like $300, and I think 300 USD is 30k. So this is a really good trade. I like this one a lot. This is a skier trade. You can buy 3 of these and sell them for about 7k profit. This is just a really nice little like 20 grand. Forest. I've talked about these in previous videos. You can resell these for some extra USD. Gonna do that. Geiger counters. You can buy 5 of these and you can trade them to mechanic level 4 for the 50 round drum mag for the M1A. The 50 round drum mag for the M1A sells for about 25 to 30,000. And you can make some profit off of that. HK stock. Sometimes these are worth a lot, sometimes they're not. I keep them added just to check. Trooper armor. 1 trooper armor and 3 Cordura fabric. You can trade that to Ragman level 4 for a slick plate. Usually this trade is worth it to resell because slick plates, the price of Cordura varies depending on the price of the slick plate and vice versa. So even though these are 50,000 right now, the slick plate is probably worth like 250k at full durability. So the trade is still going to give you some profit, maybe 40k. It's usually 40 to 50k in profit. Gas systems. Wow, I'm gonna hop on this bandwagon. Don't mind me. Anyway, you can buy 4 of these for 8k. Usually they sell for 14 to 15,000, not 20,000. So don't get your hopes up. But it's still like another 20 grand. And as you can see, like this isn't like these aren't huge profits, but going through this entire list and selling everything that you get is like 1,000,000 rubles ish. I think I really have never counted. I've made a lot of money as it is obvious, so I know it works. I don't know the exact numbers. Um, Land Attack Dragon muzzle brake for 762x51. Sometimes this is worth like a 50 USD profit. So I keep an eye on these. I don't always resell them though. These Magpul CTR stocks I'm pretty sure are found in raid only. So sometimes their price like skyrockets like it is now and they sell for 30 grand. So if you want to be like a little resale person, who wants to save up stuff and then resell them once their price goes up, I would definitely invest in these. I like to actually use these stocks because they're actually pretty good in terms of ergonomics and recoil. So if they ever drop down to like 13 or 14,000, I usually buy a couple. But you can buy a couple at 13, 14,000 and then wait for them to push up past 25k and sell them. Marlboro cigarettes and military cables are used for the AK-74. I don't actually know the name. Right here, AK-74M. The AK-74M Zenitco is what those trade for. 4 Marlboros and 1 military cable. It's still worth it to resell these, but the price of Marlboros has steadily been going up. I think it's because J Dog the Wise or whatever his name is has made some barter trade videos in the past few weeks. Bet you $5 you watched my videos first. Anyway, he's made some barter trade videos in the past couple of weeks. And he made one recently that talks about this trade specifically. So I would expect Marlboro prices to go up even more. I don't know the break point when it is no longer profitable, but I think it's still worth it below 5,000. I would never pay 6k for a Marlboro, but you know, what can you do? Multi-ballistic face. So sometimes these, like right now, you can buy 5 of these. I wouldn't expect all of them to sell because a lot of people do this resell. As you can see, there's a lot of listings here, but you could buy maybe like 3 of these, list them for 370 USD, and they would sell pretty quickly, and that's some easy USD profit. Nixors, um, you can trade 4 Nixors for an SA58 from Mechanic Level 4. I mentioned this in my last video. This was also in that J-Dog the Wise video I talked about, so I expect these prices to increase. However, Nixors regularly drop down to below 21,000. I would stock up on Nixors whenever you see them below that price because the hybrid suppressor, the hybrid suppressor that's on the SA58 is worth 80 grand. So if you trade like 84,000 for 4 Nixors and then trade for the SA58, the suppressor basically pays for the entire gun. So highly recommend on stocking up on Nixors whenever you see them at a low price. This is another easy resell for a little USD profit. Paid anti-roach, I usually trade these to therapist for Salewas. What I usually do is I'll check these every time I'm doing a cell rotation, and I'll see if they're below, if they're 9,000 or below, and then I'll just buy like any that are 9,000 or below and just keep them and trade them whenever I need them. Because it makes it like getting a Salewa for 9K is pretty freaking cheap for meds. So plexiglass, you can trade this to Ragman level 4. You can trade 4 plexiglass for 1 Alton face shield. It's a pretty solid deal. There's also there's also no buy limit, so you can buy as many as you want for as much plexiglass as you have. Uh, I usually use them, but they're also it also saves you maybe like 20k a face shield, cause full durability face shields have no cracks in them, so they're a lot more expensive than damaged face shields. This is a solid trade. Pliers, I already talked about, part of the Alton helmet trade. Cordura is used in the trade for the Slick Plate at Ragman level 4 and is used for the Ars Arma trade at Ragman level 4. You need 3 for both of them. Radiator Helixes, you can trade 10 of these to Jaeger for a Reaper IR. The Reaper IR price has gone up significantly in the past few weeks. It is now 240,000. It was 200 and it was like 200,000 when I made my last video 3 weeks ago ish. So if you can get Nixors for 20k or less, or not Nixors, if you can get Helixes for 20k or less, I would totally hop on that and buy some, and then you can resell or use the Reaper. Ripstop, you need 2 of these to make the Ars Arma trade. Round pliers, part of the Alton trade. Advanced receiver extension buffer tubes. For all my M4 lovers out there, this is the best in slot buffer tube. Well, I guess the anodized one would be best in slot. But this is one of the most used buffer tubes for stocks for the M4 weapons. So, or for a lot of weapons actually. So, very, very high demand, and they sell quickly, and you can make a good profit off of them. Like I just made 25k reselling those. SVD low mount, same thing. These sell out really fast. But as you can see, a shit ton of people resell them, so the price isn't that high. But if you can catch them while they're out of stock, if you can catch them while they're in stock, you can buy them and put them up for like 15,000 or something. Or if someone's selling like 100 of them, just undercut the 100. This is an IR tactical like flashlight device that a lot of people use. Usually you can resell these for like 150 USD around here and make a nice little chunk of change. Ear covers for the actual helmets. Sometimes these are a lot more expensive, and you can make like usually like right around here you can make 80 bucks off of them, and you can buy 2 of them. Same for the tan version. This is a mechanic trade. Not trade, sorry. This is a mechanic buy. Sometimes these dust covers are like 17,000 ish, and you can buy 4 of them. So I keep it on my wish list. I don't always buy them because, as you can see right now, it's not really that profitable. USB adapters used for the M1A trade to Peacekeeper level 3. You need 8 of them. I would buy them at 3,500 or less. It's still cheaper. So you need 8 of them. So even at 5,000 per USB, it's still cheaper than buying an M1A on the flea market. But I like to get my USB adapters. I like to get my M1As for super cheap. So what I do is I check every time I get out of raid. I'll check the USB adapters. I'll check the Nixors. I'll check the Helixes to see if there's any low price ones up for sale, and then I will nag those to use later. Grenade fuses, you can trade these to mechanic. I think it's just mechanic level 1, pretty sure. Yeah, just mechanic level 1 for these nades. These sell for 22,000. So you can actually get 5 of them, I believe. So if you pay attention to these fuses, you can actually make a pretty decent profit by buying the fuses, trading to mechanic, and then reselling the grenades. The Commander handguard for the AK. This is used on a lot of AKs. Sometimes it's worth like 40 grand, and then I'll buy them and resell them. But this one's just really hit or miss. So yeah, anyway, that is my wish list, and that is how I make money. Oh, and one thing that I don't have on my wish list, I resell things I do not have on my wish list. Ammo reselling from Peacekeeper. I resell M62 and M61. Um, Therapist, you can resell. This stim sells out in maybe like 10 minutes after Therapist resets, but they sell for like 72,000, and you can trade them for one saline and one peroxide. The trade only costs maybe 20k, 25k. But they sell for 70 grand. So definitely worth it to either use these in raid or to sell them. It is a lot of money. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how I make money. And then I think I'm gonna check Grizzlies. I should check this before the video. Whatever. Yeah, Grizzlies aren't worth it. So anyway, that's it. That is how I made my fortune. As you can see, I have spent millions of dollars with all the vendors. 122 million with therapists, yikes. And 1.1 million USD. I've spent a lot of money at so yeah, if you do all these trades, resell them all, you'll make a huge chunk of profit. I think my stash value is 266 million right now. I have 5 thick cases, so yeah, anyway, pretty easy to get rich out of raid, boys. So thank you all for watching. Since I'm barely even a blip on the YouTube radar, it means that not a lot of people will see this. So these trade deals for you people that do see this, you guys will be able to enjoy those. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.